Key 1 to Stoic transforming your life with Stoic wisdom. Did you know that the ancient Stoics believed that simply changing how we think could completely transform our lives? This isn't just an old philosophy. It's a powerful science that top performers and successful people use every day. While it might sound too good to be true, stick with me. Today, we're diving deep into how the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, combined with modern strategies, can unlock a life of greater satisfaction and achievement. This isn't just about thinking positively. It's about creating a powerful mental magnet that attracts everything you've ever wanted. So before we dive in, take a moment to appreciate the effort behind these insights and understand how they can truly change the way you think, feel, and live. Mastering your thoughts, a Stoic approach to life. What if I told you that you could take control of your life by managing your thoughts and emotions? It might sound like a superpower, but it's actually the foundation of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that by mastering your internal state, you could influence your external reality. It's not about suppressing your feelings. Instead, it's about guiding those emotions in ways that empower you. Think of your mind as a control room that determines how you respond to what happens around you. Your thoughts and emotions are powerful forces that shape your day and the direction of your life. Imagine your thoughts as a current pulling you along. If that current is positive, you're more likely to experience positive outcomes because you're open to them, expecting them, and making decisions that align with them. On the flip side, if you're constantly focused on the negative, you're setting yourself up for a self-fulfilling prophecy. Picture yourself going into a grocery store, expecting a stressful experience. Chances are you'll be annoyed by the crowds, frustrated by long lines, and forget things on your list because you're flustered. So how do you change this? It all begins with awareness. By being mindful of your initial reactions and gently guiding them toward more constructive paths, you can shift your mindset. This doesn't mean ignoring life's challenges, but choosing a perspective that enhances your well-being. For example, stuck in traffic? Instead of simmering in frustration, use that time to listen to a podcast or audiobook. You're turning a negative situation into a productive one, using Stoic wisdom to shift your experience. It's the small, daily shifts that add up and gradually steer your life toward greater fulfillment. Clarity and focus, the power of defining your goals. One of the most powerful practices in Stoicism is clarity. When you're clear about what you want in life, you can start taking deliberate actions that lead to success. Think about it. How clear are you about your true desires? Stoicism teaches us to define our goals with precision, much like an architect drawing up detailed blueprints before construction begins. It's not enough to say, "I want a better job." That's too vague. You need to ask yourself, what kind of job do you want? In what industry? What position? What type of work environment? Is work-life balance important to you? When you're specific, it's like setting the coordinates in your GPS. You know exactly where you're going and can start taking targeted actions to reach your destination. This principle doesn't just apply to careers. It applies to any area of your life, whether it's improving your health, building relationships, or mastering new skills. The more specific you are, the more focused your actions become. Let's say your goal is to get healthier. Are you aiming to lose weight, build strength, or train for a marathon? Each of these goals requires a different approach, and defining them clearly sets you on a clear path. The power of belief, fueling your success. Do you realize how powerful belief is? Stoicism teaches that our beliefs about ourselves, our abilities, and our potential are the driving forces behind our actions. It's not just about having positive thoughts. It's about having a strong inner conviction that propels you toward your goals. Think about a time when you accomplished something you once thought was impossible. What changed? At some point, you started believing it was possible. That belief sparked a chain of actions that led to your success. It's this faith in your ability that unlocks your potential and drives you to pursue even the most challenging goals. To harness this power, You need to consciously cultivate belief in yourself. Surround yourself with positive influences, people who uplift you, inspire you, and reflect the values you aspire to. Immerse yourself in knowledge by learning from those who have achieved what you want. Their stories, mindsets, and habits can provide a roadmap for your own success. But what about doubt? The Stoics remind us to challenge those doubts with logic and reason. Why can't you succeed if others have? Challenge each doubt with evidence of your past achievements and remind yourself of your capabilities. Over time, this practice strengthens your belief system, making it resilient enough to withstand setbacks and keep you moving forward. Gratitude, the key to abundance. One of the most transformative practices you can adopt is gratitude. It's about shifting your focus from what's missing to what you already have. This is a core tenet of Stoic philosophy, which encourages us to appreciate the things we can control rather than lamenting what's beyond our reach. By cultivating gratitude, you not only enhance your own well-being, but also open the door for more abundance to flow into your life. The Stoics were big on appreciating the beauty of life, even in hardship. They understood that gratitude strengthens the soul, making us more resilient in the face of challenges. Here's a simple exercise. At the end of each day, reflect on 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be monumental events. Maybe you had a peaceful cup of coffee, or someone smiled at you on the street. By finding value in the small moments, you rewire your brain to focus on abundance rather than scarcity. By applying these Stoic principles, you're not just enduring life's challenges, you're actively shaping your reality. By controlling your thoughts, aligning your actions with your goals, cultivating belief, and practicing gratitude, you can steer your life in the direction you've always dreamed of. The power to transform your life is already within you. Now it's time to unlock it. Key 1. Stoic to truly embrace a fulfilling and purpose-driven life. We must learn to attune ourselves to the positive experiences that surround us. This shift in mindset doesn't just bring fleeting moments of happiness. It rewires our perception, attracting even more positivity into our lives. Think of your mindset as a garden. If you consistently water the seeds of gratitude, you cultivate an inner landscape that flourishes with optimism and contentment. Every moment of appreciation strengthens your resilience, making joy a natural state rather than a rare occurrence. But let's not ignore the wisdom of Stoic philosophy, particularly the practice of premeditatio malorum, the contemplation of potential hardships. At first glance, this may seem at odds with gratitude, but in reality, it deepens our appreciation for what we have. By reflecting on what could go wrong and realizing that most challenges are either manageable or could be overcome, we strip fear of its power. Instead of dreading misfortune, we build a mindset that welcomes adversity as an opportunity to grow. Practicing gratitude amplifies what is already good in our lives. It transforms our perception, shifting our focus from what we lack to the abundance that surrounds us. It allows us to see that, in many ways, we already have enough, and that realization alone invites even more blessings. When we take time to acknowledge the small joys, a warm conversation, a lesson learned, a simple pleasure, we unlock an inner richness that no external force can diminish. Make a commitment to cultivate gratitude daily. This is not just an intellectual exercise, but a way of life, one that brings profound peace and an enduring sense of joy. The Stoics understood that true fulfillment isn't found in chasing external rewards, but in training the mind to appreciate what is already within our grasp. Key 1. Stoic maintaining a positive state of mind is essential for navigating the complexities of life. Simple practices such as meditation, journaling, or immersing yourself in hobbies that bring you joy can serve as a powerful reset. These activities help realign your inner energy, stabilizing your emotions and tuning you back into your best frequency, especially after a challenging day. They remind you of your ability to find peace and happiness in life's simple pleasures, reinforcing the Stoic belief in the value of self-sufficiency and inner tranquility. We've all faced moments where it feels like we are our own worst enemy, where our desires seem at odds with our goals. This internal resistance can be baffling. Why would we prevent ourselves from chasing after what we truly want? Stoicism provides an insightful lens through which we can view this paradox. It suggests that this resistance often arises from misaligned beliefs and misplaced judgments about ourselves and the world. The first step to overcoming this resistance is becoming aware of it. Once you recognize that resistance exists, you can dive deeper into understanding its roots. According to Stoic philosophy, many of our emotional reactions come from false judgments. For instance, you might hesitate to pursue a new opportunity because you've convinced yourself that the potential negative outcomes outweigh the benefits. Stoics would advise you to challenge these judgments, question their validity, and shift your perspective toward a more rational, objective view. Once you've identified the source of your resistance, the next step is to work through it actively. This means reprogramming your thoughts to align with your goals and values. If fear of failure is holding you back, remind yourself that failure is not inherently bad. It's part of being human and a crucial opportunity for growth. By changing how you view failure, you could transform obstacles into stepping stones. Stoics also encourage us to embrace challenges as a natural part of life. Just as nature faces storms and seasons of drought, we too must encounter periods of struggle and resistance. Rather than avoiding these challenges, Stoicism teaches us to meet them head-on, with courage and resilience, trusting that we have the strength to overcome them. This doesn't mean the path will be smooth, but through our efforts, we become stronger and more capable. Cultivating virtues like patience and perseverance can make the journey through resistance easier. Every small step you take in the face of adversity moves you closer to your goal, while also strengthening your resolve and self-discipline. This constant effort and perseverance is what ultimately builds true confidence and lasting change. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to crave instant results. We plant seeds in our lives and expect them to sprout immediately. However, just like in nature, real growth, whether personal, professional, or in relationships, takes time and patience. Stoicism teaches us to embrace this process fully. It's not just about the destination, but also about appreciating the journey. Every step, every setback, and every challenge contributes to your growth. These experiences are as valuable as the end result. This shift in perspective helps us focus on the present moment, finding meaning in the day-to-day process rather than being obsessed with the outcome. For example, if you're working toward a significant goal like starting a new business or pursuing a degree, impatience is natural. But Stoic patience involves acknowledging that every step, no matter how slow, is necessary and valuable, especially the steps that seem to slow you down. Patience also means becoming comfortable with uncertainty. Sometimes things don't go as planned, and here, the Stoic practice of staying present and adapting without losing inner peace becomes essential. It helps you stay composed and resilient in the face of frustrations, delays, or setbacks. Life can sometimes feel like a series of random events, but what if there's a deeper pattern to it all? Stoicism teaches us to live in harmony with nature, aligning ourselves with the natural flow of the universe. When we accept that things happen for a reason and trust the rhythm of life, we can experience profound peace and purpose. Living in alignment with the universe isn't just about personal fulfillment. It's about understanding the interconnectedness of all things. Stoics believe that everything is interdependent, and when we align ourselves with a natural order, we contribute to a greater harmony. This might mean making decisions that not only benefit ourselves, but also serve the greater good. You can practice alignment by paying attention to the signals life sends. Often, we ignore our intuition or the subtle signs that guide us in the right direction. By becoming more mindful and reflective, we can begin to notice these cues and use them as guides. Regular practices like meditation or spending time in nature can help develop this awareness, allowing us to connect with the flow of the universe. Additionally, learning to accept change and challenges is a vital part of aligning with the universe. Stoicism teaches us that everything, both good and bad, is part of a larger plan. This doesn't mean passively waiting for things to unfold, but rather adapting and thriving within the circumstances we find ourselves in. For instance, if you encounter a setback, instead of resisting or lamenting it, consider the opportunity it might present. Perhaps it's a chance to learn something new, build resilience, or take your life in a new direction. The journey towards Stoic wisdom and alignment with the universe is continuous. As you deepen your understanding and practice, you uncover more insights that guide you on this transformative path. The goal isn't just to live, but to live well, embracing each moment and challenge with clarity, resilience, and purpose.